Here are 3 fish tank cleaners you won't regret buying. Keep in mind that you'll still need to do your weekly maintenance as these fish will not do everything for you, but with that being said, let's dive straight into the video. So the first fish on this list is the corridor catfish. These tiny scavengers are super cute and will scour the aquarium for leftover food and debris. My corridors always go for the fallen flake food and they do a really good job cleaning them up. Now when buying these guys, it's extremely important to check that they are healthy plus well taken care of. There's many types of cories out there, including the bronze, albino, and leopard. If you're a beginner, try getting species of corridors that are beginner friendly. These fish are not picky eaters and will eat just about most things that you give them. Foods such as vegetables, algae wafers, pellets, and eggs are all very nutritious for their diet. A very important thing to remember when keeping cories is to keep them in a sand substrate aquarium. The reason for that is because corridors have these tiny barbels on their mouth which they use to scavenge for food. In a gravel substrate aquarium, the sharp edges on some of the rocks could easily hurt them. As for the tank parameters, they're gonna need at least a 10-gallon aquarium and a pH range from 6.5 to 7.5. These are tropical fish, which means you're gonna need a temperature of at least 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's pretty much all the basics you need to know when keeping corridors. That being said, now let's move on to the second fish on this list, which is the bristlenose pleco. Bristlenose plecos are often regarded as one of the best algae eaters out there, which I find to be very true. Extremely beginner friendly, very fun to have around in the tank. These fish usually eat green algae and the types of algae that grow on the glass. Bristlenose plecos are great at keeping your glass crystal clean, plus free from those unsightly algae that annoy you every day. I highly recommend adding caves for them to hide in, as well as driftwood for them to munch on. The wood also provides a mineral called diatom, which is essential for their diet. You're also going to need a tank size of at least 20 gallons because bristlenose will get up to around 5 inches when fully grown. Even though they're algae eaters, it's still important that you feed them. You can feed them pellets, sinking foods, as well as some vegetables. If you do all these things mentioned, your bristlenose pleco will be very happy and healthy. And last but not least, the third fish we have on this list is the autosynclus catfish. Autosynclus, autos for short, are cute little algae eaters that are constantly active and swimming around. These fish are relatively low cost and you can find them pretty much in any fish store. It's best to get a group of at least 4 or more as they are schooling fish and like to play around with their own species. Luckily for these, you don't need a super big tank. If you plan on getting a group of around 4, I'd say probably 15 gallons would be optimal, but at least a 10-gallon aquarium. Just like the bristlenose plecos, autosynclus mainly graze on green algae, not too much of others, but they sometimes do expand their appetite. In my opinion, autos are a fantastic beginner fish, and I definitely recommend it to someone looking for an algae eater. And that pretty much concludes this video, so thank you all so much for watching. Your support really means a lot. Consider subscribing for more fish keeping content, and I will see you all in the next video.